was how day 17 of the Big Brother Naija lockdown show actually reminded me of how Ozo behaved like a baby that was deprived of candy, all in the name of being upset with Prince. Guys, that day, I just completely disliked Ozo for just that particular day. Only that day.
It's not a game, it's a rich thing.
Hey guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Bbnaija and this is Frankly Speaking with Glory. This is the girl with the T. And on this video, guys, I'm gonna be giving you guys all the details of today's episode of the Big Brother Naija lockdown highlights. So today is actually episode 6, and on this particular episode we got to see the events of day 17 and day 18. So I'm going to be spilling all the tea of those 2 days. But before I continue, guys, please help me in hitting the red subscribe button if you are yet to subscribe to my channel to become a part of this family. And if you always want to receive video alerts like these from my channel, guys, please hit the white bell button. It's called the post notification bell, so whenever I upload a new video, you will be the first to get alerts of my videos. That said, guys, let's start. This week was very eventful in the lockdown mansion, and if you remember, if there's any event in fact that you should not forget, it is the 80s drama that the housemates put together, guys. I remember when I was doing the review for that particular day, I told you guys that I had goosebumps when I was watching Neil, Tochi, Prince, Erica, Dorothy, when I was watching all of them act, guys. I mean, the housemates had consistently, lost their wager for I think 3 weeks. Yeah, and then in the 4th week they actually won their wager. But before it got to the part of the wager, guys, a lot of things actually happened in the house. So we saw Dorothy actually advising Laycon about how to sustain and maintain his relationship with Erica. Now, they were actually talking about other things, and then they delved into the conversation of Laycon's feelings for Erica and also the triangle in which he found himself. I'm talking about the triangle of Erica, Kidwire, and Laycon. He was advising Laycon on how to actually still stick by Erica by being her friend, and not letting her be just like that, or just giving her space, or abandoning her like that. And then Dorothy used herself as an example that there's someone that she actually likes in the house, but because there are other people on the person's case, then she cannot possibly express her true feelings for that person. Anyways, guys, moving on, we also saw how Erica was explaining to Laycon that Kid is actually aware of their friendship, and then Laycon wanted to know if Kid felt upset, occasionally when he would see both he and Erica spending time having conversations together. And Erica was like, no, that Kidwaya is already aware that Laycon was her friend first before he came into the picture. And then that was also the part that the housemates had the Dulux paint task. Guys, that was the day that the housemates, the lockdown housemates, actually put in a lot of effort into bringing on their creativity spirits, guys. I mean, the paintings and everything that was done, it was simply fantastic. But at the end of the day, there could only be one winner, and so Kidwaya's team actually won that particular task. And then it was on that same day that Ozo actually lashed out at Prince. Guys, let's take a moment to have this conversation just briefly. Cast your minds back to week 2 and week 3, I think even week 1. Ozo had actually made it known that he likes Nengi, yeah, but he had not really gone to Nengi to go and, I think, actually reveal his true intentions one-on-one, So as at that time, Nengi was still flirting with almost all the guys in the house, and she was giving Prince all the attention. So Nengi was actually expecting Ozo to shoot his shot, but Ozo was also playing, how to get, I'm not interested. And so when Nengi started giving Prince all of our attention, Ozo started feeling jealous, guys. Let's just be frank. Ozo was feeling jealous. And so, guys, Ozo was head of house for that week, and he saw how Prince was still all around Nengi. They were still flirting with each other, still having the late night conversations. Everybody would have gone to bed by 3 a.m. and Prince and Nengi would still be up having conversations. That alone was actually eating Ozo up, and so he decided to lash out at Prince unnecessarily, guys. That very day, I just like, come, I don't understand what's wrong with this guy. First of all, did somebody hold your mouth not to go and shoot your shot with Nengi? Did you ever tell Nengi, hey, I like you, I want you to be my girlfriend? You did not. So why are you so upset? I mean, guys, I heard Ozo lash out that day, and I'm just like, guy, this is just completely unnecessary. Misplaced anger, misplaced aggression. It was just like he overreacted. Even the rest of the housemates, they knew and they could see that Ozo actually overreacted. And guys, I completely loved the way that Prince handled the entire situation. He was so mature about it. He knew for a fact that Ozo was actually reacting, you know, to the situation that, oh, I like this girl, but she doesn't have my time. It is you that she's actually giving all her time and attention. So that very day, guys, I remember during a review of that incident, and I asked a question. I said, what if Prince had actually matched Ozo's energy the same way that Ozo actually lashed out at him? There wouldn't have been peace that day in the house. Both dudes would have ended up fighting each other and possibly getting strikes in the house, or even possibly getting disqualified. You know, so for the first time, guys, Ozo really disappointed me on that very day. I had always seen Ozo as a very, very calm and rational somebody, you know, even when they all had that issue in the house with Katrina cooking and Lucy, and Ozo called the family meeting. My respect for that guy really, really skyrocketed. But that very day that he lashed out unnecessarily, in a very, very annoying manner, trying to stamp his foot on the ground like, hey, I'm the head of house, so I have the right to open my big mouth and shout. That very day, I just felt like, you know what, dude, just go and sit down. Just go and sit down. That same very day as well, that Erica and Kidwire actually had a conversation, and Erica was telling Kidwire that she wished that they could just go back to being buddies, friends, you know, paddy, because they had already made out. And guys, if you remember clearly, Erica and Kidwire, they had already played under the sheets. They already done stuffs already in the house, and Erica was feeling like probably she was catching too much feelings with Kidwire. I don't really know what was going through her mind, but she was just wishing. But guys, the funny thing is, after she finished wishing, they were still cuddling up again on the couch, and they were still having conversations like they did not have that particular conversation before. So of a truth, guys, there was that sexual attraction, that strong physical attraction between these two people. And guys, it was very, very obvious that, hey, the fact that they were all sort of entrapped under the same roof was sort of adding to the tension between them, because I'm very, very sure that if these people were actually existing in the real world and they were actually very, very busy individuals, I'm very, very sure that that kind of tension would not have been that strong or that deep, you know. So they are seeing each other every day, and even though this one is telling this one that, okay, I want us to go back to just being friends, for where you wake up in the morning and you still see the person's hot body standing right in front of you, what are you gonna do? Are you gonna run out of the house? So guys, it was just very, very funny how one second Erica is saying to Kidwire, I wish you could just go back to being friends, and then the next second they're kissing and they're doing stuff all over again. Anyways, guys, that was the same day as well that Kidwire actually confided in Nengi about how Erica comes off as jealous sometimes, you know, when she sees him flirting with Nengi, and when she sees him flirting with Wathoni, or even flirting with any other girl in the house. And for him, it feels like he doesn't just understand what to do, because he has already told her. And then he was asking him that, have you guys had this conversation? And he was saying that yes, that they've had the conversation, and he had told us several times that that is who he is, that is how he functions, you know, naturally as a man, you know. But Erica is not having it at all. It was the same day that Nengi, I don't know, guys, if she was feeling guilty or something, for some weird reason she decided to give Ozo all her attention. Whether, guys, to be honest, that particular day, I don't know if she was actually expecting Ozo to actually finally, you know, reveal his true feelings for her and ask her out, because she was actually flirting with Ozo. And that was the day that Ozo asked Nengi that they should both have dinner, and Nengi accepted. So I think Nengi cooked, and she and Ozo actually ate the food together, and that was the day that their true closeness actually started. And then even afterwards, yeah, guys, they were in the love garden, and they were both having very, very intimate sexual conversations about what kind of love making positions do you like, what kind of style do you like, that kind of thing. And guys, I found it very, very interesting, for someone who was acting like she wasn't really interested. They just fast forwarded all of a sudden into having such deep conversations like that. Last thing we saw on the highlights of tonight was Erica confiding in V and Bbnaija about how confused she is, because she is mentally, once again, attracted to Laycon and physically attracted to Kidwire. According to her, she's so attracted to Kidwire to the extent that even as they were talking, Kidwire's body or Kidwire is what is on her mind. So I love what V said. V said that, listen, you guys need to have a conversation about boundaries, because Erica was trying to say that, oh, she feels guilty when right there in front of Laycon, she and Kidwaya will be kissing. And then V was telling her that, listen, you need to have a conversation about boundaries. Since you already know that Laycon likes you, he could be a very, very good friend of yours, And then Erica was saying that she wished she could just carry Laycon's brain and switch it over onto Kidwaya's head, or carry Kidwaya's body and switch it over to Laycon's body. And I'm thinking, like, okay, this girl at this point, I'm done. Because guys, even me that I'm even explaining itself, the thing is sounding off in my ears because I don't just get it, But these two girls, that's Bbnaija and V, they were asking Erica, who do you truly like? Who would you rather be with? And she was saying that, well, they were even asking her, does she even have any sort of emotions for Laycon at all? She was like, no, that all she can think of at that moment was Kidwire. Guys, we will see. Even after they finished having that conversation, they went to the garden and she went into Kidwire's arms again and they were kissing whilst Laycon was there. So those of you that were saying that Erica did not know what she was doing, what's your verdict on this one? Let me know in the comment section below, guys. I will see you in another episode of Frankly Speaking with Glory as I bring you guys more details of the Big Brother Naija lockdown highlights. Have an amazing night rest. Bye.